I've asked Jim Lynn to lead us in revocation. Mr. Lynn, if you will come to the podium, camera can see you.
I will go.
While he prays.
But I'll pray with me, please. Almighty God in heaven, as we come before your presence, thank you, dear God, for such a beautiful day today. Dear God, another day of life, another day of opportunity, another day of your creation. Dear God, I pray your special blessings today on this meeting, this evening, on this city, on this leadership. Dear God, I pray for this country. I pray, dear God, I know that you're in charge and your will be done. Pray your divine guidance and blessing be with this country. The leaders that we will have in the next 4 years, that there will be a coming together, Almighty God, and all realize and understand that you're in control. Forgive us where we fail thee, for us in Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen, brother.
Jeff, will you lead the
Yeah.
pledge?
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Glad to have everybody out here for the first board meeting in November. And I hope everybody's had a chance to go vote. And as Jim has already prayed for our country, let's continue to pray and God's will be done. Give y'all a few minutes to look over the consent agenda, and once you're through, I'd like to ask for a motion in a second.
Hey, on number C, that's supposed to be $225 per person.
Number what? C.
On which one?
On
E.
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 Yeah, E.
$225 per person.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, it was laying here. Hold on, I got an extra.
Motion. Second.
Lavelle and Carolyn, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Mr. Toller could not be here tonight, but he has presented a route for the Veterans Day Parade. Chief Ramey and I have got together, and he understands the parade route, and it is pretty much the same parade route as the homecoming parade. So I'd like to make a motion to close streets in honor of the Veterans Day Parade this coming Saturday, with Chief Ramey taking care of all the road closures.
Motion.
Tara?
Second.
Jimmy? All in favor? Motion carried. Next, I have Mr. Lamb here from the museum. Mr. Lamb, come on up.
Left my walking stick in the car. Appreciate y'all having me come this evening and be with you. It's an honor and a privilege. I met with the mayor a couple, 3 weeks ago. A little update, of course, I'm with the museum. We've been in operation now 12, 15 years, and everything's been going real well. Thank the city and the support that we've had over the years. In 2019, we quit receiving funding from the city. That was a time, I think, when the tourism money came in and the city took over paying for the latest salaries that was working, excuse me, at the museum. We've had a pretty good cushion that we had accumulated over the years, so we've been rocking along and didn't request any more money since then. During that period of time each year, the primary expense we've had has been our insurance, okay? We've had insurance on the building, liability, and its contents. 3 components of that, okay? I believe Lou Ann Cass, when she was our treasurer years ago, set that up through an agency in Cart, and we've been renewing that each year. The thing is, this became due the 1st of November. That's taken care of. It's all covered. As I told the mayor, I didn't come, was not coming hand in hand asking for money. Okay, so we still had a little cushion. And we've been able to use part of that cushion with some other things here in town with the museum to update, upgrade some other items, and still got a little cushion. But the deal was, I want to be sure that this didn't rock along without any additional funding. The idea hit me, and I think I mentioned it to Lawyer Tucker there several years ago, was what it's covered, and at the time we didn't know, and I let it slide, and I didn't follow up on it. Does the city have insurance on that building and liability, the property itself? Is that covered by the city? And that's a question, excuse me, I
Yes.
posed him. a couple, 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I do not have an answer on the contents yet.
Well, it's all three covered, you know, and then whether or not we can keep it up, you know, next year I need to upgrade that anyway, because we got some additional contents in there, items that are irreplaceable that need to be covered on insurance. Heaven forbid if something happens to that place. But we're covered now till the 1st of November 2025. Okay, I'm assuming that, you know, rotate that. So that was an annual premium we paid, $1,688.
Okay.
For that.
Miss Sharon stepped out. She may have gotten an answer, but she'll be back in just a
Well,
minute.
I'm coming before you myself. The mayor said, you know, he'd look into it, take care of it. I said, no, I think I feel a responsibility. I need to come myself and meet with your folks for several reasons. A couple of other items I want to mention, minor, but to thank you too for the support that you've had. And before I leave here, I want to be sure I thank Chief here for the support that everybody's given me for the 4th of July parade. This is an opportunity I have to get it in the public record. I wrote a letter to the editor of the paper, you know, back earlier to cover that. But I want to be sure again, that folks, I appreciate it. That says volumes, okay? So thank you for that. But back to the museum. We need to update a lot of the artifacts. I've looked at the items that are covered. I'd probably double and triple that list. Now, Luann and George McGregor did that early when they were on a committee. They're both deceased now. As a matter of fact, we've lost 4 of our original members. We're down to 4. And we're needing some dedicated people that has a genuine interest in the history of Booneville and Prentice County and are willing to, you know, to kind of come on board and help me. Obviously, I've carried the ball for a while. We need some more folks to kind of take the hand off it and go with it. So that's another reason I'm here. But that's the primary thing. We need to find out so I can start going through and seeing what artifacts we need to add, how to go about doing that. I've checked with several agents how to go about doing that, okay? How do we need to present that? So that's one reason I'm here, okay?
Before I forget it, we need to check and see if the contents of the museum are covered under our insurance. And do you know that answer already, or is it something you need to check on?
That's not a normal coverage. I don't think
I
you're
don't
gonna find,
think it
that's
is
kind of a
either.
special thing, so.
Okay.
But it gets covered, you know, for the
Yes,
next
yes.
12 months, so.
And I do want to clarify, when we stopped funding the museum, the city did pick up paying the staff of the museum workers. They also take care of the utilities and everything. And it is on the work session to put new phone systems and security system in the museum. James McChristian is getting numbers on that. That's going to be at our next work session.
Thank you, because you get my thunder here, Mayor.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
fine,
sorry.
good
I
deal.
got ahead
No,
of
that saves time, because I know everybody wants to get out of here and see what's going on in the rest of the country.
All right.
While we're talking about that liability, again, I think I've asked this before, it's been years ago, I can't remember, it may be in the record. What about me and our folks that work at the museum? Are we liable in any way for anything that happens down there individually? Is that come under the city? In terms of liability, somebody gets hurt down there, fall through the floor?
That's in the city.
Yeah.
So I wanted that in the record,
That's in the city.
just for several reasons,
Now
okay?
that may still sue you, but I think you
Oh,
can
that-
kick
have at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 4 or 5 phone calls before I came in here today, so it's just, you know, I tell everybody to take a number.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I said I got 4 or 5 calls about suing us before I came in here today.
Well,
Ooh.
I could do a testimony for you, but I'm not going to do one right now, okay?
We might save your testimony for later.
Okay, all right. So the alarm, then I was going to mention that you've taken care of that in the phone, because Liz of Florida is on the phone access. So I disconnected the phone and had the alarm go to, except for the in-house. I hate to get this out there, but the only alarm that we've got is, the in-house alarm that goes off.
Yeah.
See, nobody that's been contacted, that kind of thing.
And James, you will have the numbers in part of us.
Yeah, we have those.
Okay.
We've done the walkthrough. We were just, you know.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
And he's, thanks to him, I didn't know he slipped in back there before going in and changing out some of the batteries and, you know, updating some of the in-house sensors. Now, we have smoke detectors in there, we have motion sensors and sensors on the door. In case y'all heard that.
All right.
Couple other minor items and I'm through. I've reported this several times over the years. There's 2 holes in the glass doors, in the north door on the deck and one on the east side by the railroad track. I've had the police down there a time or two. One thought it was a gunshot. It's not. I think it's somebody mowing, kicked up a rock or something. But it's in the glass doors in the museum down there.
What was the second? You said the glass doors and where else?
On the east side and the north end on the deck. It's on the side, got the main door, little side panels.
Okay.
So it's in the side panel. Look at my other list right quick. Still a hole or two in some of the deck flooring outside that's been repaired by some. It's been nailed in. It would be better, in my opinion, talking to some other folks, if you put some long wood screws in some of that. Well, it's been raw lumber where it's gotten wet. Now it's been painted. So now that's kind of a problem. These are kind of minor things. Be sure that the Cunningham house is included, in addition to the museum building too.
Okay.
Because we've had some vandalism out there. And being able to work with Main Street, we've been able to, upgrade the Cunningham house, put in new windows, new doors, and got it going pretty good. Just needed to patrol it sometime. I went down there today, somebody was eating lunch, throwing garbage on one of the steps, so I picked that up.
All right.
That's Diane Garvin's here. Diane, you need anything? Go on, Diane. Thank you. One other thing, then I'm out of here. Remind everybody, this little publicity, November is Native American Heritage Month. For the Indians, we got a pretty good Native American Indian display down there. I've been working with the Chickasaws. We had 6 here back in July that made a video down in the museum. They go put out on their Chickasaw Nation network by Chief Piamingo. The head archaeologist did that. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you, Mr. Jim. I want to thank you for all you do and all your hard work.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
We will see about the contents in the Cunningham house, make sure they're covered, whether they are or not. And then if they're not, we need to start looking at a policy possibly. And we'll see about getting the glass doors fixed and maybe some deck screws in the wood, in the planks.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Jim. All right, moving on, Miss Lori. Miss Lori with Tourism Department.
Oh, yeah. Tonight, I'm just bringing before you a resolution from the Main Street Board that has been approved for the annual Mississippi Main Street tourism dues that we pay annually, in the amount of $2,650.
Motion. Second.
I got Novemeber and Tara. Sorry, Sharon said something to me, I didn't hear that. All right, all in favor? Motion carried.
And then the second resolution is where we appropriate money to pay for any travel there for related tourism meetings there, and this would be for the 24-25 year for $4,000.
Motion.
Second.
Carolyn, Jimmy, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
And we are getting ready for the holidays, so we are wanting to do a little bit sprucing up of the community and the corridors and the downtown, and we are asking for $4,000. This has been approved by the board.
Motion. Second.
Novemeber and Tara, all in favor? Motion carried.
And then we're going to add some lighting to a couple of areas for the holidays, and this resolution has been approved by the tourism board for $3,500.
Motion.
Second.
Carolyn, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
That will help with our parade. We've got some areas we're trying to light up. And then also, I had reached out to the mayor on an MOA, possibly working with the power company on Peeler Park, to try to do some improvements there. And just leaning on Daniel a little bit for some verbiage on how that needs to be written, Daniel.
Okay.
And we can move forward at that at another time. I don't really think anything needs to be approved or anything at this time. We're just, I just wanted y'all to know the update.
All right, and the resolution?
Well, we did the resolution several months ago. You remember when?
Do we have to have that MOU in place before we spend money there?
I would think we would, yeah.
So the next item will need to be put off until we get the MOU in place.
or approve it pending.
Thank you so
We
much.
could approve it pending the MOU.
Okay,
What we're gonna combine.
Motion,
Motion.
Tara and
Second.
Lavelle,
and we have some civic clubs that are wanting to step up and help with that project.
all in favor? Motion carried, and that's pending the MOU.
Thank you.
And the next, we have a couple of typos. Chief Agnew, these are not to hire the next two, it's to post. So the next two items are typos. Chief?
I would like, good evening. I would like for y'all to approve me to post for, to hire a sergeant.
Motion.
Second.
Carolyn and Lavelle, motion to post. All in favor? Motion carried. Next, Chief?
And I would like for y'all to post to hire a full-time firefighter.
Motion. Second.
We got Tara and Jimmy, all in favor? Motion carried. And I did ask Tim to put it on the next, board meeting for those other three. So that'll be next
Go,
board meeting.
yeah, move forward with that when we get finished.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank y'all.
Next is Courtney Moore with the Gas and Water Office. Ms. Courtney?
Oh, this first one, I think we can mark the first one off. The gas and water paid their portion of that.
Okay.
So, and then my other will be.
Mark it off.
then.
Yes, and the other one has to go to the end of the meeting.
Yep.
Thank you, Courtney. And next, Paul Carpenter, Water Manager.
That should have said discuss, approve, to get quotes to relay that line. I think
Get
that
quotes.
line itself has broke 5 times this year already. It's an old AC water line, it's horrible. And I've got a crew coming to camera the sewer to check it while we're there.
This is the Jefferson Street South Second.
It's Walker, it runs from
Walker.
Jefferson Street all the way to South Second.
Motion to get quotes. Second.
Lavelle and Tara, all in favor? Motion carried. Next, David, you fill us in on this emergency repair, or Paul, either one?
All public is.
It just,
You want me to?
it don't matter.
It don't matter. Last month, we had a manhole blowout and a force main blowout that was putting sewage out on the ground. And we had declared an emergency, got it approved, and we repaired it. Got ready to connect the water line, the sewer line back to the manhole, and there wasn't any sewer line there. We kept digging, and there wasn't any sewer line. We kept digging, tried to wash it out, and the sewer line was gone. Well, we're sitting down there with equipment and everything else, so the only option at that point in time was to go ahead and connect it to get the sewer out of the ditch. And this is kind of a retroactive approval on it, because we had to do it. There wasn't anything else that we could do down there at that point in time.
So this is a motion to declare emergency for the extended repairs on, in the sewer and
Replacing the
mortgage
sewer line
property.
that was not there.
Motion.
Second.
Jeff, Carolyn, all in favor? Motion carried. Thank you, Paul.
Thank y'all.
Next, Oscar, I'll let him explain what an odorator is.
Who made those?
What it is, first of all, we sent it off, the old one we had to send it off to get it calibrated. And FedEx lost it somewhere between Tupelo and Houston, Texas.
Now, this isn't, explain, this
It's
is
the
a machine.
odorator. What it does, we have to do this every month for PSC doing. We got 14 to 20 sites that we have to go to smell, see if we get the right odor in our gas line. And this machine tells if we get the right odor. We've got to make paperwork. We got John come check it every year to make sure we getting enough odor in our gas. And this machine got lost. It's going to buy a brand new one, because this one we got now, if we bought one like that, you can't buy them because they're obsolete. But the new ones they come out is $5,600, and that's why I'm coming to ask y'all. I've got to have it. We got to do it every month, but I'm asking to buy one. $5,600.
It's in the budget.
No, this.
No, it's
I'm sorry,
equipment
y'all.
we use every month.
This one was shipped off to be calibrated. It was lost in
Lost.
transit.
It was lost. And we're getting
So it ain't-
3,000 back.
They're getting 3,000 back.
We're getting 3,000 back. We've got to have this machine, it's mandatory that we have to do these
It's
over.
mandatory.
But yes, we're supposed to get insurance back, but they say around $3,000. And that's gonna help us some, but the machine's gonna cost $56.
Motion.
Well, now, do we need to get, because it's over 5, do we gotta get the quotes and everything through the proper channels?
But if it's if we have to have it,
Or find a sole source one.
Yeah.
Being it was lost and it's
and-
required by
but we're
PSC.
getting,
If we're getting insurance.
but we're getting $3,000
$3,000.
back.
2,000 insurance and $2,600 difference. What does it do? Tell me again what it does.
It smells to see if we're getting the right amount odor in the gas,
Okay.
on our gas line.
I would say that was emergency.
It's an
It's something we have to,
But it
because
didn't
I
get
have
in
to
it,
do
so it's an
paperwork on that.
emergency.
Yeah, paste it in a minute.
I've got a motion on
Second.
Jeff and Tara, all in favor?
Uh,
Motion carried.
And I'm gonna try to look, but some of them may sell some while I'm down there this week, because we're leaving, as a matter of fact, I'm leaving tonight. But, we got that school, and they may be selling them some down there, and it may be cheaper, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll look when we're
We'll
at the
look while we're
conference.
down there. All right, thank y'all.
Okay. Next, under board report, first one was removed, Ms. Tara.
The pavement was gonna move it to the work session, make sure that's in your notes to move that to the work session, the paving stripes.
Added stripes to the work session.
And then, to discuss the admin assistant position, we kind of talked about, where we were with you interviewing people, and I just wanted to clarify that Sharon had been able to talk to these people. She's the one gonna be talking and working with these people. Has she talked to anybody, or?
Yeah, well, I discussed it with Sharon. She was busy at the time, but I did discuss it with her and asked her if she wanted to interview them. And she is under the idea that we want to switch to a part-time person, possibly.
No, that was just my recommendation, how I felt.
Well, you're the one that has to work in that position. I know it's your assistant.
They
But-
fall underneath Sharon.
I have
What do
reached
you-
out and we can utilize some of the programs that I think will help some of the youth in our community. And with our budget, I just feel like if we move this position to part-time right now, that we can still use this person 30 hours a week. And then we can utilize one or more of the youth from these programs.
Like, what program can the youth come in there? Like, you talking about the file, or answer the
Well,
phone?
Yes, they can answer phones, they can file. That would only have,
if
you know,
they show up.
well, we contacted one program already, and they have somebody ready to go now, you know, that we could.
Ever do other administrative assistants like this?
Well,
Just a question, I'm not trying to, I mean, if it's.
a couple of things I wanted to point out is, one, we're going into an election year where traffic at City Hall is going to be more. It's gonna be more people coming in to vote and stuff. And that's gonna, I mean, we're gonna have somebody here to greet people.
But you could work a couple of people, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, I could have more than just, you know, the one person that's at the desk. Fridays here is usually the slowest day, so I would have a part-time person Monday through Thursday, and possibly some of the people that would be coming in from the programs to work. And then on Friday, of course, we would utilize 1 to 2 of these kids to come in and answer phones, do filing. I think that this would be a great thing for us and for the community, because we're allowing the kids to come in here and learn, you know, about municipal government. And I think that's a great thing.
Well, it is a good,
That's just my thought in the
Yes.
matter.
and it is a good thing to bring somebody in and get them to know how the government works. But my opinion, we need a full-time administrative assistant. For the first time, we're not getting rode up and Sharon signs the checks, I sign the checks, Courtney writes the checks. Here recently, the administrative assistant had been reconciling bank accounts, and you should have that other person to reconcile bank accounts. With the upbeat of traffic because of the elections, I personally believe it needs to be a full-time position.
Well, even if it's left as a full-time position, I have a problem that she didn't get to come in there and interview these people. And I know that you said she could interview them after you, but why do y'all not work together?
Well,
Like, go in there, both of y'all sit down with two people,
Work together.
budget, no matter what it is, just
Yeah.
work together.
I went and I offered to let her
After the
interview her.
fact.
Well, I already interviewed them once. She could interview them too.
Why would you wanna come in for
Shouldn't have
two interviews? Like, these people work and have a life too. Y'all two should work together and let a person come in there and interview. You don't need to be there by yourself anyway.
Excuse me?
A man don't need to be in a room with a
That's the
closed
reason I have a
door.
glass with a door.
It
with
don't
a glass
matter. I
on it.
mean, you have an assistant that you can bring in there, clears all the air. She can be your helper.
Y'all got to work together.
Yes.
Y'all don't work together and it makes it hard on us.
Well, she has been behind. She's admitted in the department head meeting she was behind. And I'm trying to get somebody in here to help, to hurry up and get somebody hired, because they need to be hired quickly and get them in here.
But these
And
are
I did
important-
offer for her
important
to interview
things.
these same people.
These
I
are
said,
important
yes,
positions.
and I did. But whenever I went to talk to her, it was, I want a part-time. And I didn't hear back if she wanted to interview them, so therefore I went ahead and put it on the agenda too high.
We're gonna make all administrative assistants part-time.
I don't know about that, but I think she should get an opportunity to talk to them.
Yes, and the mayor has always hired the administrative assistant,
I have
up
to
until the last one, and it was a transfer.
That's not her.
Anyway, it's up to y'all. Like I said, I went ahead and done it because I didn't know how this conversation was going to go. I didn't know if it was wanting
What we need to
part-time.
do,
I didn't know
we
what
need
the
to
idea
get people
was.
coming
So
back.
that's the reason I
We
went ahead and put it on
Hire
here.
'em, let's hire 'em.
I
Let's
think
go
we
ahead and
need
do
to
it.
table it until y'all can work together.
But that's the reason I offered for her to interview these same people that I
After the fact.
suggested.
After the fact, you've got to work together.
After I interviewed them, she can do a second interview. That's fine. A lot of places have two-tiered interviews.
That's it. It's true.
A lot of people do.
That's right.
But when I discussed it, the thought was part-time person. And I didn't get an answer whether she wanted to interview him or not. I'm sorry.
I'll second the motion.
Motion to table.
Okay.
And for the next one, well, all in favor, I guess.
All right. Motion from Lavelle and Tara to table the hiring of administrative assistant. And all in favor? Table. Next, Westover Heights.
For Westover Heights, we've had some complaints about an individual that is parking a semi-truck in the drive. It's blocking some of the mailboxes, tearing up the roads, just continually, it keeps on coming up. They do have ordinances for that neighborhood, but I wanted to clarify.
Restricted covenant.
It's a covenant, yeah. And these are for the year all the way up to 2046. But I wanted to clarify that that's something that the neighborhood is gonna have to come together.
It is, the streets, and curbings, I'm assuming we've adopted, so that's gonna be ours, but, when you build in there, you're agreeing to comply with these terms, and either the person who built the neighborhood still maintains some control, sometimes they don't, and then it becomes a neighbor versus neighbor issue.
So we don't have the authority to
No,
make someone move a
No,
vehicle.
that's not a city ordinance, that's just a
Okay.
private agreement
Mhm.
between whoever is gonna buy into that neighborhood, they agree to
Okay.
comply with that.
Well, I wanted
That's
the
up
people
to-
from that neighborhood to know that if it was in our hands, we would ask them to move.
Yeah.
Because I know it's in the way, and it may be blocking the mailboxes, could be
Yeah,
something
if
different.
it's on the city street, if we've adopted that street and if it's on the city street, you know,
Is
and
that
we can't
the
get
first house
fire
on the
department
left?
trucks in and out of there, that would be something we could do.
If
But I don't-
if a semi truck is blocking a a couple driveways and mailboxes, and people say they can't get around it.
I mean, we have to have access, fire lanes and stuff to structures, I mean, especially, of course, I know that's residential area,
Mhm.
but especially if you get into commercial areas, it's in the codes and stuff, they have to provide
So
fire
that,
lanes
that
and
we
stuff
can maybe
for
go
it.
that route, that
Okay.
they have to move the vehicle.
Is
Have
that
them go out there
the
and look
first
at it.
house?
Is that something that the fire department goes out and?
They can go
Or
look, see.
They can go
I mean, I
look.
don't know how big the trucks are, going to get in and out, he knows that, so.
Is they pulling the whole
When
trailer?
somebody maybe calls
We can
and
ride
lets
out
us
there.
know, then I
Yeah.
can give you a call and say, hey, can you ride out there
Is
and
that
look?
first house on the
You
left?
wanna ride up there and take a look at it and
Okay.
see.
Okay, thank you, yes.
would be the second drive.
I live in.
So no action taken on that.
I went by there.
Alright,
I ain't seen them down there either.
Jimmy Clyde, you tabled one of yours for the garbage pickup under Jimmy. Sorry, let you catch up. No action taken there. Jimmy wanted the next one moved to the work session. Alright, now drainage on Main Street, Jimmy.
What I was wanting to know on that, we had the folks in here and we talked about the flooding problem that was running into offices. And we had agreed, so we're gonna check into it and find out what's going on. Well, nothing's ever been done about it, to my knowledge. I don't know if, it's been checked on, but, it's something that needs to be looked at and fixed to keep that water from flowing right down.
Is that, I'm gonna call it the Craig Cleveland issue, so is that the Craig Cleveland issue?
Yes.
All right, so Sharon has turned that over to our insurance company,
Mhm.
but they haven't made any response. Now, and I don't know about looking at it or anything like that, but what I'm saying is, we decided to go ahead and take that avenue too, but now, I don't know if it's been looked at.
Maybe you can just follow up.
No, I'm talking about, you said somebody's supposed to go out and look at it. Was that David or
Kenny and David and
Charles.
Charles.
And I looked at it.
Okay.
And one of the things would help if we guttered the water to the side of the building. I think Charles had that video of the gutters coming down in front. That would help.
Well, if it's sealed, if he would seal between the sidewalk and the building too, because the whole front next to the building, sidewalk, there was a gap quarter to bigger than an inch in there where water would just run down underneath. And you don't ever see that because you don't go down underneath where the problem was. The floor never did flood. The building never did flood. It went underneath and rotted out the joist, and then the floor fell in. But the water never got in the building, to my knowledge. It was just going down under and rotting out the floor joist.
So, we've turned it over to insurance. When we hear back from insurance, I guess we'll bring it back up.
Oh, yeah, it's been turned in for a while, several months.
How long's
I
it
guess
been in?
right after it was brought up.
And sometimes it does take them some time to.
We hadn't heard from them.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Now, sometimes they communicate with the person that has filed the claim. I don't know if they've reached out.
Well, we'll wait and hear from the insurance, and when we hear from that, then we'll go from there.
All right. All right, next is, we need to declare a work session. I have talked with everybody. Is everybody still good for the first Monday the last Monday of November? It'll be the Monday before Thanksgiving on the 25th at 4:30 here at City Hall. Is everybody good for the work session?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
You have a
Motion
birthday
carries.
cake that day, aren't
25th, 4:30. Say again?
you? You have a birthday cake that day, won't
For what?
you? May. That's my birthday, 25th.
Oh.
25th,
We know what's on
time?
it.
Yeah, we need to list what's on it. You have to list what's on it.
5:30? Oh, 5? What time?
4:30.
4:30.
Oh,
The garbage
I forgot that.
pickup.
We're supposed to have all right, the phones from the library and security system, garbage,
Paving stripes.
pickup,
Budget.
Somebody
paving.
got to slow down now.
we don't have budget.
Library
on
phones, what
there,
else?
do we?
phone
We got
security
budget
system,
Thursday.
garbage, pickup from Jimmy,
Water
Hanging lines.
water meters.
water meters. Anything else?
Garbage pickup, phones, water meters,
Well, phone / security system.
yeah, the library.
All right, let's do this again. One person go over the list and give it
Yeah.
to me so that I can get this list, so.
Library, phone, and security system.
So that's the library.
No, museum.
Library. Okay, well,
Did
that's
I
what you kept saying library, and
I'm
I thought I
sorry.
hadn't heard
Those are
library.
done.
I got
So-
tongue tied. It's not library, it's museum. We've done finished the library security system, right, James?
Yeah,
I'll say.
it's almost.
My bad. I got museum and library mixed
Museum
up. It is
security
museum. Museum, phone and security. Garbage pickup. Paving. Painting lines, not paving lines, painting lines. Water meters. Anything else, anybody?
She's got a list in there that she's
Get the
been
trash.
working on too.
Can you run and grab it?
Did you get the trash?
Garbage pickup, yes. And let Courtney run grab that list. While she's gone,
Have more things.
that's 4. She's gonna go see if there's anything else on the other list. So we'll come back to that with the list. While she's gone, we need a motion to declare the holidays that are listed concurrent with the governor's resolution.
Motion.
Second.
Jeff and Lavelle. All in favor? Motion carried. And when she gets back with the list, we'll be done.
Thought we had to go
Courtney
to
got
closed
something.
session.
Yeah.
She said that was taken care of. No?
She said she put it to last.
Yeah,
Put it
that's
to
right.
last.
That's right. I got it the next page. I didn't see it.
And we're doing a special call.
Thursday at noon.
Mhm.
And I'll have to call him.
That's Thursday.
Thank you, Courtney. I'm glad you ain't got that. New residential late fee policy, Courtney, Gas and Water Office. I'll give you this list, Daniel. Garbage rates, Courtney. Mike Maddox, that insurance deal he called you about, Jeff. Jim Lamb was off. 2-pound gas system, Oscar.
He said that we're gonna end up having to go to 2-pound gas systems.
No, no.
And Blake Jones is wanting to discuss insurance with us also.
Has he paid us back?
Yes, they are paying that, correct? That,
They
and,
haven't made a payment to us in quite some time.
but they do
Take
pay
him
when
off.
they.
Normally don't let anybody present,
No.
and pay us money.
Okay,
Take him out.
alright, Daniel, here's Fiona right on that.
Also, the
I've got my list, if you need that, so I'm good.
Okay.
The proposal that me and Courtney's putting together, that we're trying to prepare.
Yes, don't forget you said you had time clock.
Yes, time clocks,
Mayor,
I'll put
one other
proposal
thing,
and time clock.
okay?
one other thing that, I don't know how this needs to be done, but the repeal on the tourism deal, that will be due.
I have emailed Daniel Sparks and Tracy Arnold both to make sure that it's pulled back up in the next legislative cycle.
We need to designate somebody from the mayor and the board to go personally, to talk to them, see them, let them tell you face to face.
That's the reason I emailed them, so I'd have
What
a
you think,
copy of
Mr.
it.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
That's, very important.
Okay, is that everything on the work session?
You didn't get that proposal.
Proposal? I don't know if that's mayor's proposal or not, is it?
No.
All right. Is that everything for the
I'm not
work
putting anybody on
session?
the spot.
All in favor of the work session with these items?
In favor.
All right. And Ms. Courtney, you ready for your closed session?
Guess what?
All right. Motion to go into closed session, see if executive session is needed on issues of gas and water office.
Motion. Can we stay here?
Yes. Lavelle and Tara, shouldn't be too long.
Good.
All right, back in open session, I'd like to ask for a motion to issue a refund to Baptist Memorial Hospital for services not utilized.
What's that amount?
For $3,142.85.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? All right, next, motion to issue a letter to customers who have an old account balance and have a new account, and this is an attempt to collect past due amounts.
Motion.
Second.
With a friendly letter.
Tara, Jimmy, and we will offer payment arrangements to these individuals
Absolutely.
in the letter. All in favor? Motion carried. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? We're adjourned.
Do they all want to get me a sandwich?